The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the guests. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the host. I'm a stupid robot.
Give it up for the funny, the hilarious. King of the open micers and the one-liners, Alonzo Cantu.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are we doing this?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Tim Westwood TV.
Chicky, yeah.
It's the Wolfman, baby. It's the Wolfman Jack coming on, baby.
Wolfman Jack. Hey.
Y'all want to be all up on it, or this is a good distance?
Hey, it's all you, man.
Yeah.
San Antonio. On that loud, bitch. That shit loud. On that loud. I have the smallest penis in the world. Go worldwide, baby. Beijing, baby. King Kong gorilla nuts. Tic Tac penises. That's what we're all about, baby. I got a Greek style penis. No big floppy logs round here, baby.
This energy.
Round here, baby. Sandy ass cheeks, so I can't get bummed. Can't get bummed with sandy ass cheeks. Sandy in the crack, baby.
2026.
I'm gargling whiskey for you, Charlie Kirk. Oh yeah.
You, Rob Reiner. You, Rob Reiner.
My city, hold on.
Oh, one for Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
One for Rob Reiner. Wait, little Rob for Robbie. I'm gargling straight whiskey, baby. Oh my God. I just officially drank myself smart. It's a thing you could do.
Smoke yourself smart.
I smoked myself so smart. It's the wedge.
Yeah.
It's the wedge.
Yeah.
One second. Oh, wait a second.
What?
One second.
Here we go. Cartoon Network, baby.
Report from my vantage point. I really need to leave. Solar fences inform me that the surrounding areas are in ruin. I see some people running now.
I see some people
In the
running.
opinion of this reporter, if this nation, or in fact the world, ever needed heroes, that time is now. That time is now.
Yeah. Macho Man, Randy Savage.
For the Justice League. In the great halls of the Justice League. For the Justice League. We need your help.
Time's getting worse. Our exploratory diving bell is
Escape the money is here in Perry.
Wong and his assistant Mary Nelson.
Macho Man. Step to a Slim Jim.
Searching that area immediately.
Give it some. Here we go.
It's fucking Saturday! We made it one more week, baby!
Yes.
One more week till China takes over.
Welcome
We're
to
the United
2026.
States of Israel.
Yeah.
Don't step over my goddamn intro, Bob. You should.
I'm sorry.
Bob shows up promptly 5 minutes ago, as I've been setting up the show for 3 hours straight, and he's gonna step over my awesome intro.
I'm
what do you
sorry,
gotta
sorry.
say, Bob? You feeling it? Don't
Feeling
apologize
it.
for
I'm too
feeling
hyped
it.
for this, man.
Don't apologize for feeling it, Bob. I apologize.
Nah.
I apologize. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it, man.
Where you feel it? Where you feel it?
It's a new year, man.
But where you feeling it specifically?
I'm feeling it through the heart, baby.
Are you feeling it in the heart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's fucking hot. Pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh man. And you guys probably noticed we have in the studio for the this is the first time we have the author, the stand-up comedian, the master of ceremonies, the one and only Clifton Simmons. Wait a second, he gets the
Cliff.
applause.
Hell yeah.
Big boy applause. Sorry about that. I get a little hype, man. I'm sorry. I get a little hype.
Yeah.
Ooh, that feels good, man. That's I'm getting hype feeling. Let's see. We got Dedrick D. James. That's a fucking badass name. Already the chat.
Dedrick D. James.
Cliff is bringing in a higher class of chatter already.
Hell yeah.
Dedricks and John Prados. So that's
What's
dope.
up, bro?
Is Dedrick black? Because that sounds like I know one Dedrick.
He is my massage therapist.
Oh, nice, dudes. Okay, so
Shouts out to
damn, I gotta write that
Arms
down.
Reach Massage.
Massage,
Arms reach
therapist,
massage.
because- Cliff, do you have footage of this? Because I would love to get
Yes.
this for the
I
show.
can airdrop it to you right now.
Not the well, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, send it to me on Instagram or email it to me if you can. That might be easiest, but airdrop it first. I'll try to see if I can switch it over there. But Cliff did one of the most badass things ever during an open mic, or it was one of the open mics you host at Tandem. He runs the Tandem open mic, and I heard that you had a barber come in and cut your hair during the mic. Is that true?
Yes.
That's fucking bad. Do you have footage of that?
I don't have foot. I don't.
I heard that you had a camera crew around you. You had a barber.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then you went up there and you hosted the open mic.
Nice.
Did
Yeah.
that not happen?
Yeah, that was. I wasn't really. I just was so busy that I couldn't make it to the barbershop. So I had what's his name, Jose Ornelas.
Jose Ornelas.
Shout out to Jose Ornelas.
Shout out. 1 second. Let me.
I know Jose.
Yeah. Jose, I love that shit, man.
Yes, way Jose.
Man, and so how often do you get a massage, Cliff? Because I've been thinking about getting some massages.
I get a massage every 3 months.
Ooh, every 3 months.
Self-care. It depends on what's going on. I get a massage, a facial, and I get stretched out. Well, I get stretched out.
Oh,
weekly.
yeah.
Weekly, I get stretched out.
Oh yeah,
but
you talk to me about that, baby.
self-care.
I love
You know
that.
what I mean? We can't take care of people if we can't take care of ourselves.
That's fucking beautiful.
So self-care is the best care.
Oh yeah, man. So let me get that book from you real quick, because this is why we are here. Cliff, when did you release this?
I released this August of 2028.
August.
I mean,
Oh.
2025.
2020. Oh, like shit, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Release this in the future, dude. But I like that because this is some very futuristic stuff right here. I can't do a zoom in on this, but you guys, I do have the pictures right there. This is called Let Your Light Shine. And Cliff, how long did it take you to write Let Your Light Shine?
It took me several years. It was something that was not rushed. It was stuff that I was actually going through because I was questioning about. I had a lot of questions about things. Religion taught me rules, but when I started actually studying for myself, the actual biblical principles and stuff, that taught me truth.
All right. So, and I might have jumped the gun too. So it took you a few years to write this. You've been working on it. It's been a part of this journey. Did you start writing it at the beginning of the journey or near, it was a work in progress?
I had reached out to my publisher.
Mhm.
I paid for the book 3 years ago, and I just started bullshitting. And I want to say it took me about 60 days to one day I was like, man, I should have came out with this book a long time ago. And so I locked in for 60 days. I went on ghost mode. Yeah, 60 to 90 days just to keep it. Yeah,
Nice.
about 90 days. I
Just straight.
deleted social media off my phone. I started eating a certain way. I locked in. I only would watch certain things. I would only read certain things. I only gave my mind to certain things, and it just it completed itself.
Interesting. So that's amazing, honestly. I want to write something myself. I'm sure everybody out there, or at least a lot of our listeners, have a book inside their head, dying to get out. And, you can lock in, it may take you a little bit longer than 60 days, but, that's impressive, man. And so you had the kind of like the outline, I'm guessing. You had something to pitch to the publisher. So what did you pitch to the publisher that got them to, let you work on this?
Okay. I didn't pitch anything to the publisher
Mm-hmm.
because nowadays you could do self-publish.
Mhm.
But there's nothing wrong with having a self-published book.
Yeah, get that money.
Or you can go through a publisher. The reason why I went through a publisher is because a publisher is more credible.
Mhm.
Like your book is more credible when you go through a publisher. Shouts out to Daniel Gomez. DGE Publishing is who I went through.
Mm-hmm.
They helped me with they coached me on the book on everything, like
Formatting.
I did have, like, there was times where I would have with the formatting, and there was times where I would have like a writer's block, didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And so the reason why this book is mattering to me, because a lot of us are walking in confusion, and this will help let their light shine.
I love that, man. So that is the title of your book, Let Your Light Shine. And I'm guessing that's kind of like the overall message. These are kind of steps to help you get out of your own way to let that light inside you shine, right?
Yes, because we all have a light inside of us, but because of life stress and even religion, it dims it. And when you add a certain routine, your routine will either carry you or bury you. And so in order for me to write this book has actually helped. It actually helped me, like, as I was writing it, because it got to the point where I wanted to. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna be teaching this, I gotta practice what I'm preaching.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's one of the hardest things. Especially, it's like, once you learn something, and if you're not in that position to implement it all the time, you know what I mean? You can know a lot of things just because maybe you did it once, you did it twice, and all that. But unless you have something to kind of look back at as like, okay, this is what I did before. Let's look at this. This is what worked. Let's remind ourselves. Let's go back to the basics, so to speak. And I'm sorry to interrupt.
For example, like when it comes to the dietary law,
Mm-hmm.
I've been eating according to Leviticus. Like as far as like the clean animals and the bad animals.
Yeah. So what is that? Well, how does that work Because I'm not familiar with that.
Okay. So in Leviticus chapter 23,
Mm-hmm.
the Most High, there was things that we were supposed to eat, and there was things that we could eat. That's actually the second chapter, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, Hebraic dietary laws: eat to live, not to die. So there are certain foods that were made for cleaning the earth. There are certain foods that were, Leviticus chapter 11. There are certain foods that were made to clean the sea. Like pigs, they were made to clean the earth. They can eat their own feces. They can get bitten by a snake. They carry parasites, and they can still live through all that. And catfish, shellfish, they were made to clean the earth. And so when we eat, it's been scientifically proven, when we eat those things, we are more exposed to certain diseases. And so the goal of the book is to help let your light shine. And even though I had already not been eating those things, I had stopped eating processed food in the writing of the book, because processed food wasn't of Hebraic culture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so just my mental clarity even had got better. Avoiding sugar. Sugar has it's more addicting than crack cocaine.
Yeah, I've heard of that. And it feeds
been
cancer, I also hear.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it does feed the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so cutting that out of my diet. Don't get it twisted. Natural sugars like, watermelon, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the sugar that I do have. And then just watching certain oils that I cook with.
What do you cook with?
If I'm frying, if I'm heating up something, avocado oil.
Mm-hmm. Is that in the book?
Is it?
Yeah, that's in the book.
Very good.
What about
There's certain herbs.
One second. I think Bob had something.
what about olive oil? Is that
Olive oil is great for like salads. You can still cook with olive oil, but very low.
low?
Yeah, you want
It has a high
low
smoke.
heat.
It is a low smoke. Whatever.
After a certain heat, and I don't know the exact heat, but after a certain heat, it actually becomes toxic for you.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and just to make this kind of the radio, Bob, how long do we think that we can get you living the way that Cliff's subscribing you to live in the book? And Cliff, how long do you think it would take for him to live that way and see some serious results?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
talking about health-wise specifically.
Health-wise?
We'll get into the religion part too, because that is a really interesting part where it's talking about breaking free from religion.
free from
I wanna
religion
get into that
and walking in
second.
biblical truth.
I think food is easy for people to go, you know what? I could be eating better no matter what. I think we can all agree with that.
I would say if Bob Dell would just pick one thing out of the book,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm not trying to make people to be perfect overnight. That's not my lane. I'm not trying to tell people you need to stop going to church on Sundays. You need to stop celebrating all these different pagan holidays. That's not my lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My lane is these are just basic Hebraic customs that if we can add, because as simple as prayer, I was taught to pray like this.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bible and the scriptures say to pray like this or pray like this and facing towards Jerusalem. You know what I mean? Like your hands need to be open to receive a prayer. Just little stuff like that will open up things.
My mom's church on Sunday, everybody prays like this.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense because even electricity, people talk about crossing your legs can like mess with your electrical current kind of stuff. You also need to ground yourself and all that. So that makes sense that if you're doing like this, you might be closed off to receiving the energy, so you're closing the circuit.
Yeah.
Even as simple as I started wearing 100% wool, 100% cotton.
Okay.
Because the scriptures talk about not mixing fabrics.
Okay.
And am I getting it perfect every single time? No. Do I expect other people to get it perfect every single time? No. But I was like, when I wasn't as educated, I used to think that was an extreme commandment. But when I started doing some research, we operate at a higher frequency if we wear 100% linen. Like your skin can breathe better. So what it would do, like just off of I would say 2 weeks to 30 days, if Bob Dell avoided fried foods, processed foods, sugar, and
Sounds good.
just ate meat and vegetables.
Yeah.
Like
Sounds not so bad.
according to Leviticus chapter 11.
Yeah.
The Levitical dietary, I would say in less than 30 days, he'll easily drop like 10 pounds.
What do you think? You want to do that?
His skin would be more clear.
That sounds simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sounds simple.
Because I've done a no carbs, like no wheat diet where I lost a couple of pounds for doing that.
Nice. So once we get Bob skinny, how are we going to get him away from this Jesus teat that he's been sucking on? How are we going to get him to
Jesus teat.
Yeah, how are we going to get him to walk away from religion and embrace the true God, Yahweh?
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
so I and that once again, and I talk about this in the book. I'm not. Yes, it's about breaking free from religion, but what I go hard on is if something's working for you, I do not want to attack that. In my 20s, I used to be extreme.
Leave it to me. Stop it. Stop it. Listen to me and Cliff. All right. Go on. I'm sorry.
If going to church on Sundays is working for Bob Dell, if it's keeping him from killing puppies,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And,
Bob, why? You said you stopped doing that.
What
Doing
is
what?
what
Doing
is
that
your
again,
what is
killing
your
puppies
spiritual
again?
belief?
I'm mostly Buddhist.
You're
Buddhist.
I'm agnostic, but I do like meditate. So yeah, I go to sometimes I go to the Buddhist temple.
Okay. And y'all do that on Sundays?
They do on Sundays, yeah.
Okay. So if the Buddhist that, you know what I'm saying, that's not biblical.
Yeah.
No.
But if that is working for him,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I do not want to.
Does it look like it's working for you, Bob? Come on, let's
if him
leave
going to the
these
Buddhist
Buddhists in the fucking rear view and let's start looking
if
like
him
Cliff.
going to the Buddhist temple
Yeah.
is keeping him like, you know, abusing his family.
You said you
and
stop
doing
abusing your
drugs.
family, Bob. What
I
the hell?
don't abuse my family.
What are these Buddhists
attack
God to you, man?
But if you want to walk in biblical truth,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I would say follow the scriptures, or if you need something more digestible, let your light shine. You know what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
that. So when it comes to the scriptures, because I know that you're probably aware, and this is maybe one of the reasons why we should step away from organized religion. But like, do you subscribe to the King James Bible? Which version of the scriptures do you find the most beneficial?
I personally, I like the King James Bible
Mm-hmm.
because in 1611 he had 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars translated from Greek and Hebrew
Mm-hmm.
to English, and when he had translated, it had the apocrypha. Those, it means hidden books.
Mm-hmm.
That was also included in the original 1611 Bible. Now some people
Like the book of Enoch. There you
Yeah.
go.
not the
And
book of Enoch,
Okay.
like
It's
the
Maccabees.
book of Sirach, Maccabees, where it talks about Hanukkah, Ezra. Like, yeah, there's a lot of hidden books.
Maccabees isn't a part of
Songs
the
of
Old
Solomon?
Testament.
Wait.
It's like a hidden book. Or...
It's in the Catholic Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. I always remember the Maccabees from Rugrats when they did the Jewish episode.
Yeah.
When Tommy was the part of the Maccabees, I was like, this gotta be Jew stuff,
You
which
can
is
read
usually
about the Maccabees and the Josephus. It's not part of the Bible, but it's a great history book. Wisdom of Solomon. So it's a red book that you can find on Amazon.
Do they talk about Solomon taming the demons in that one? Isn't he the one that like got all the demons to make the temple in one night or whatever? King Solomon.
I can't remember I got to go back and check.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just curious. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
obviously
saying?
that didn't help you. You know, we don't need to know about King Solomon and his demon
Yeah.
stuff. All right, that's the distraction.
But King Solomon was into some stuff because he was I believe he had 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Give it up for the King
Solomon. Oh, yeah. There we go.
I can't
Yeah, King
even
Solomon.
all of them in one whole year. I had to triple up. So on.
And he
All right.
started tapping into some of his wives.
Should I be tapping into some of my wives too?
Tapping
If I
into
had
my wives,
700
too.
wives, dog. I be tapping into them.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wasn't there that part where he
Cut a baby in half.
almost cut a baby in half? Yes.
With
that was
one
his
swing.
That was his first. That was when they first realized that Solomon had wisdom.
Fuck yeah, dog.
well,
Yeah, let's cut this baby in half and be done with this shit. It's
About-
crying. It's crying. It's fucking up my.
The
yeah.
woman who.
And guess what?
whose
You two
child
are
it
my
was.
wives. How about that? 70,
come on.
702. Boom. We got bigger and now we have more love.
yeah.
All right, go on.
All right. Sorry.
Dog Solomon, dude.
Yeah,
Stop,
Solomon.
Oh, you get me all worked up, hot and bothered. Go on. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Fuck.
No, I was just saying, like, he asked the Most High, "Hey," the Most High said, "I can. What do you want? You know what I mean? I'll give you anything that you need." And he could have asked to be rich. He could have asked to have women. He could have asked to.
He already had enough women, dog.
He could have asked for his enemies to be taken.
That's
You
a
know
good
what I
one.
mean? But he said, "I wanted wisdom." You know what I'm saying? So,
Smite Bob Dell.
seek the kingdom first, and all these things shall be added unto you. And so,
And the book-
wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. So,
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree. But so he didn't say ask for wisdom. He said seek the kingdom, and basically all these would be bestowed unto you, right? All the things that you could have asked for, right?
Yeah, well, if you seek the Heavenly Father, all these things shall be added unto you.
Nice. And so what through this journey, I'm sure there's probably been a bunch of them. You know what I mean? What's like the most recent? Like, oh wow, that I'm so glad. Like things would have went this way if I wasn't in this situation, you know. Or I guess what is the main thing right now that you're like, man, this is what people need to hear because of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a broad question, but what I'm saying is, you probably are challenged. You know, like you said, you know, none of us are perfect. You know, this is kind of just a guide on how to get closer to living in the biblical way. But, you know, what would be, I guess, your most common test right now, you feel?
I would say my most common test, I don't really know how to answer that question, but the closest I can answer it is I'm a bridge for Christian, Messianics, Jehovah's Witnesses, Hebrew Israelites, even people, or even just people just new to the faith. I feel like I'm that bridge to, you know, I don't subscribe to anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm walking in biblical truth as far as this is something that's very digestible for someone that is just new to the faith in general.
What's a good step one after diet? Would be the first step?
Good step one
in like reading. Like, where would you suggest someone to start?
Okay, a good step one is keeping the high holy days.
Okay,
because we just got done celebrating Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
We just got done. Hanukkah is that's not a high holy day; it's a memorial.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is, if I'm a Christian, right? The term Christian means follower of Christ. So let me follow the same memorials and high holy days that Christ followed. Christ celebrated Passover.
Yeah.
So if I'm a Christian, why am I not celebrating Passover? You know what I mean? Or I would say the next step is trying to at least keep one of the high holy days. We celebrate a lot of holidays, but none of them, the next big holiday that's coming up is Valentine's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you actually look up the origin of Valentine's Day, it has nothing to do with Christ.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually Cupid.
Mm.
He wasn't some little baby angel flying. He was actually the god of love, and he was the god of mayhem.
Oh.
And when he can point an arrow at your lover, and if they don't like your gift, if he doesn't like the gift that he gave your mate, he can make that person fall in love with you. You know what I mean? We are definitely like, we don't realize that we're worshiping other gods when we celebrate these different, the Christmas tree is an altar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that there's no, only time it talks about Christmas is in Jeremiah, where it tells us don't follow the way of the heathen.
Okay.
And so just keeping it simple by,
wasn't that supposed to be like winter solstice or something like that? That's what it's like.
It's Nimrod's birthday.
Okay, interesting. Didn't that's like when the Greeks 25th. Used to the male Greeks would get all drunk and give gifts to each other
and have orgies.
Orgies. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Oh, wait a second. 1 second. Let me hit him. Let me hit him with one of these.
Talk to him. I like this right here.
They would have Diddy parties.
It was the first Diddy party, dog.
Yeah, man.
Sol Invictus, the Roman god of the sun, right?
He was a sun god.
Yeah,
that's why they go to church on Sundays.
Sunday.
Emperor Constantine, he was the first emperor of Christianity, and there was a big council on March of 321, and he was like, "Hey, we need to get my pagan family and homies." They mixed in a lot of pagan holidays into Christianity to get everybody to convert over.
It's like now when they like do a reboot of Indiana Jones and they gotta have like a chick as, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, now she's the main Indiana Jones, and they got like an Asian person in a wheelchair for some reason. You know, it's like they gotta represent everybody.
Yeah.
James Bond's trans and all that. And it's just like, okay, you know, that's kind of how they did it with they kind of worked in, because Ishtar is supposed to be Easter, right?
Easter,
and that's like
that's
fertility god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her son Tammuz was killed by a boar. That's why you have the Easter ham, and then the eggs represent fertility because she's the fertility goddess. But
which I mean, I can get down with that. I don't know.
But once again, for someone that's new, like that's trying to break free from religion, I would say, I would really just start with understanding the high holy days, and this book will show you that it's going to show you what they were, how did the children of Israel celebrate it, and then how we can celebrate it today. And I have like different games, different festivities that you
have that in there.
Yeah, I have all that.
We should
in
play
there.
some of those later, maybe on the next show. That'd be fun.
Probably.
Yeah, there's different things that you can do to still honor these, and I strongly feel that because Christ said, "If you love me, keep my commandments," and what these are commanded things. Another thing that was real big to me in the book that I talk about is when we pass away. You know, it says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and so there's different things that we should do before. Because as comedians, we've all had comedian friends that pass away, and then we got to do a GoFundMe for them.
Yeah.
There's simple things like life insurance that only costs like $20 a month. Where your people can have a proper burial for you. You know what I mean?
I feel
And
that.
if you don't want to pay $20 a month for life insurance, you can at least go to a funeral home and at least make little monthly payments for a $3,000, $5,000 funeral.
Well, that's a great, and I think a lot of reason people don't do that is they don't like to think of their own mortality, especially when they're young and they probably, they just think, oh, I'm never going to die kind of situation. When did you start thinking about your mortality? And it's because it sounds like maybe you have a little more peace with it than other people do. So maybe that's helped you put it in a way that you could not rationalize, but it seemed, easier to like, oh, this seems like an obvious thing to do as opposed to something that I don't even want to think about.
Okay. Well, I want to be able to take care of my family for when I'm not here. I don't want them to have to start all over. And a lot of it, once again, just personal friends that we both have had. I'm not going to say all their names, but we've had comedy friends that we have to, because a lot of comedians don't have insurance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of comedians don't have jobs. So I'm just saying,
jobs,
it's like, you go get a job, it's fucking
a place to stay.
But all of us can afford $25, $20, $30 a month to go towards some life insurance. Or
that's smart.
Or
That's
all
smart.
of us can at least afford $100 to put towards a funeral cost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A month. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't put that burden on our people. And finances. People think that a lot of people think that the disciples and the different prophets were broke. They had money. You know what I mean? Christ had a treasurer. And
one of his main dudes was like in charge of like a whorehouse, like
It was
that?
one of his main
I
disciples.
think that was Philip, right?
I'll look into it. You ever seen the movie He Walked Amongst Us and all that?
I got to do some research on that.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I don't know if you call it like, I don't know, but it was, he like, house full of, women of ill repute. And I think it was like a money changing place too, or something like that. But basically they made fun of him because he was like, oh, that's Jesus over there. Like, what do you care? It's Jesus. He's not going to like you. And he goes over there and be like, hey, Jesus, I know you wouldn't like me, but I just want to say I'm a big fan. He's like, man, I know everything he did. Fucking roll with me. And he like left his whole business behind. But he did that multiple times. Like he did that with the fishermen. Like Fishers of Men. Exactly. They left behind their whole thing. That was his gimmick.
I like that you brought that out. So when I read that, he said, follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. And so I started operating my comedy as my ministry. Like a long time ago, I had quit comedy because I felt like I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I felt like I was lukewarm.
What do they say? What do they say about being lukewarm in the mouth of God, Bob?
I'll spit you out.
Oh, he knows.
That's it.
Yo!
I know exactly, man.
Yo, man.
I read all the Bible.
And so the Spirit came to me, and I was like, I was kind of down, and what God had exposed to me, he never told me to stop doing comedy.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to do I can't do comedy the way how I want to do stand-up comedy. You know, I can't be chasing the fame. I can't be chasing the glory that we get from comedy.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean?
You get it, maybe. Fucking me and Bob don't get no goddamn fame or I'm sorry. Gosh dang.
Gosh dang glory.
What do you feel about that? How do you feel about people taking the Lord's name in vain? Does it sting, or is it like you're like, he's a heathen. He doesn't forgive him, Lord. You know not what he do. He's dumb.
I mean, that's between them and the Most High.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does it irk you?
It does not irk me.
Thank God.
You know what I mean?
Good.
Offensively. Like sometimes when you dead name a person that you care about, but it's like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just dumb.
No, but like I said, I realized that, Christ said, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. Different fishers, they use different bait. Some use worms, some use a lure, some use another fish to get a bigger fish. You know what I mean? And so comedy is how I minister to people.
No, I think that's beautiful.
That's awesome,
You're using the gift that God gave you.
Some people might see that it's it's unconventional, but I've been able to, wake some people up.
So I had this argument with somebody about like people didn't think Jesus had a sense of humor. Somebody was like, Jesus never told a joke, and I'm like, I don't know. I think he had some good comebacks. You know what I mean? Like maybe like humor got developed a little bit later than Jesus and all that, but he definitely had some good. Actually, I can't say that because the Romans had some zingers too. But but do you know any good like some of your favorite Jesus lines? Because I love what is God's render unto God, what is Caesar's render unto Caesar. I was like, man, they tried to get him. They tried to back my boy into the corner. He just came out with that one from nowhere. Shut him down.
That's a great question.
It's a great one.
My favorite Jesus line or Christ line, Yeshua. I say Yahweh Shai.
Ooh, I like that.
My favorite line is my favorite verse.
Get that as a soundbite.
Yeah, my favorite verse is "Let your light shine before men, so they can see your Father's good works and glorify Him that's in heaven." So instead of like
one more time, a little bit slower. I like that.
Let your light shine before men, so they can see your Father's good works and glorify Him that is in heaven. And so the way how I took that, like I told you earlier in the beginning of the podcast, when I was younger, I used to be extreme. I used to be, she's wearing pants, or you're doing drugs, you're wicked, and
you used to be
you're eating
full,
a pork sandwich, you're going to go to hell.
You used to be full. What are they? Hebrew Israelite or whatever. Is that what it is?
I used to be overzealous. Like I used to be overly righteous.
Hotep. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just a little bit of everything. Anything that was like the good stuff.
I was extreme. Like I made everybody like.
Yeah. You're with the white jackal.
You
were the son of Edom, right?
You were as wicked.
Yeah.
And
child of Edom.
And so as I kept studying, I realized that sometimes you just gotta let your light shine. So instead of like I can't make you change when I want you to change. I just gotta let my light shine. So
not me. Bob, let your light shine right now.
I will.
I'll go over there and I'll fucking beat it out of you if I got to. Are you gonna do it?
I'll do it.
Don't make one.
All right.
Two.
All right, come on.
Shine.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ow! I'm shining. I'm shining right now. Yeah. Ow.
Shine for him now. Yeah.
Shine.
Hit him with some Leviticus.
Oh.
Bars.
You'll come to you.
Uh,
Dang it,
thou
boy.
shalt
Next
not
time-
eat
next time
shellfish.
Clifton comes through, don't be acting out like that in front of Clifton. All right, next time you come through, you're gonna
Sorry.
be dropping. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just when I say let my light shine is, by me keeping the high holy days, by me eating right, by me praying right, by me keeping certain Hebraic customs, and people see that, or people will ask me, hey, how do you handle this? How do I handle a loss, or when people offend me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
no, I like that.
Yeah, I've been able to, win people over more that way versus just being so forceful.
Yeah. You get more flies with honey and with vinegar.
Yeah, so
I love that. No, man, I think that's beautiful because I mean, I remember when I first started and all that, you've always been a very entrepreneurial kind of guy, but always a very spiritual, and always even when you say you were more extreme and stuff like that, you never seemed like, maybe I didn't meet you at that time. Maybe it was before I met you, that you were more like,
I've received a lot from you, like early on, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but like the way how you like dealt with your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because scripture says a friend loveth at all times, but brothers was born through adversity. And just seeing everything that you went through with him, and you still loved him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
He put you through a lot,
yeah,
and
he's crazy, man.
the way how you handle, I received from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I always get jealous when I see people with like too many brothers. You know, I'm like, you son, or too many siblings. I'm like, you're so rich in siblings and you don't even realize it. And they're like, and they'll be like getting into fights with them. I'm like, you don't even know, man. Trust me, you don't even know. But yeah, they can be assholes. Yeah, shine that light, damn it. That's what I'm talking about.
Shine that light, damn it.
Oh, it's big. It's big, Clifton. We got flaws in the chat, man. It's big,
All right.
Clifton. Oh yeah. So have you done the BFR pod yet?
Yeah, I done it 2 times when I was fighting the Mac, and
How'd that go?
Man, that was like amazing. That was like a life changing. It was a bucket list thing.
Uh-huh.
We both set up a fight. Well, he set up the fight.
We got any footage of that we can pull up?
I can't find it.
All right.
But
Maybe later. That'd be cool.
Mhm.
We'll get you back on.
But yeah, I wonder if there is. It'll be a lot of like searching.
Yeah, that's cool. Like that's what I'm saying. It's something to look forward to. We want to talk about the book, but no, Clifton, how long have you? Because I've been doing comedy since 2011, and I think you were doing it for like
2009.
Oh, really?
Really?
Damn, man. I thought it was longer than that because when I got in and I saw you, it just felt like, man, this guy's been doing it for 10 years. You know?
Thank you. I definitely received that. What a lot of people that started with me didn't realize was I was already in entertainment since I was 6 years old, and I was in theater arts.
It makes a lot of sense.
I was in theater arts my whole life, and so when I was able to transition very well into comedy, and I respect everybody that's doing it now. Just because I've been doing it longer than somebody doesn't make me funnier than that person.
Yeah.
What I did differently was I was willing to work for free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, these new comics, no disrespect, they getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And I want my young comics to get their money first. But
Yeah.
I worked for free for a really, really, really long time.
We've all worked for free.
Yeah.
So,
well, there wasn't like when around that time, it wasn't like there was a big boom like what kind of happened.
There was only like 1 or 2 comedy clubs then, because LOL had just opened up,
and there was a whole lot of like, and it wasn't ran by like a comedy club people. It was ran by it was the bar shops or the Hasslockers?
The bar shops,
yeah, the bar shops, and so they ran that, and so they kind of like. They ran it. You know what I mean? So if you weren't cool with the bar shops, you know, you weren't like getting it in there unless you were kind of, you know what I mean? It's like they picked and choose their local people and stuff. And
it was just like, I mean, they had managers that really did the booking.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
whatever you say. Yeah, dog. I know because Cliff got chosen. He got chose, dog. I don't like
chosen.
That. Mm-hmm. No, I like him, man. They hired. I worked for the bar shops for so long. Like I've been in comedy so long. Then my first job was being the janitor, server, fry cook for River Center.
That's the kind of stuff that you had to do. Back then.
And then I used to host the open mic. I remember the open mic at River Center. It was like you would bark until you got people in there, and then they would walk, and then you'd have to bark up another crowd, and you just had to kind of keep on doing that until like you'd have some people on stage while they're doing their time. You're barking people in, they'd be walking out. It was kind of like trying to take water out of a boat. You know what I mean? While you're doing a mic, it was pretty fun, man.
I was a door guy for 13 years. That's how that's how I got on.
Yeah. Well, so I got fired from River Center, but then it was so long like I got hired back at Laugh Out Loud, but there was by the same management. There's like there were so many managers that had gone through there that just forgot that I gotten fired and shit. So I got fired from there again. It was great.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. That's how long I've been in the scene, dog. I got hired and fired, and I've been kicked out of every bar at one point or another.
Do you still have that puppet I gave you?
Yeah, man. It's right over there.
Right there.
Uncle Rufus.
I got Uncle Rufus. Let me bring him out. Yeah, actually, oh my gosh, that is right. That's where I got Uncle Rufus from you.
Yeah, man. So
anybody want a brewski or a water?
I'll take a beer.
I'll take a water, please.
A beer.
So I had bought a puppet a long time ago because I wanted to be a I wanted to add something extra to my comedy, almost like ventriloquist.
So you were trying to be a puppeteer?
Yeah, and around that time, I was going through a nasty custody battle. I didn't know I was going to be doing comedy anymore. My main focus was my daughter and finding me a
Something they
moving up in a company. Like I was working all these different jobs. I was like, you know what? I need to find one job and I need to move up and become like a manager or something and do comedy maybe 2 times a year. And so I had bought the puppet and I was just depressed, and the puppet was kind of somewhat working. And one day me and Alonzo, we did a show together.
Oh, that's right.
And I performed. I did okay. I did good. And then Alonzo went back up and he did this like it was called the Gong Show.
I think I remember that.
It was
yeah.
It was the Gong Show. And
I was actually the contestant, one of the contestants.
Alonzo said, "Hey man, can I use your puppet real quick?"
Thanks.
And I said, "Sure." Alonzo did so good with the puppet that I was like, you know what?
Just let him keep it.
Let me let him keep it.
So I got 2.
Those are the 2.
The original right here.
And so, yeah, you did so good with it that I was like, you know what? Let me just sell it to him. I don't know if I sold it to her or I gave it to
You sold
her.
it to me. It was like it was $60. I think I made a joke about it. Yeah, classic black man selling a black man to a white man. What the hell?
Funny.
Shit. So this is the original Rufus
Man,
right
you
here.
tore him up.
He tore his clothes, man.
When I went through my when I was going through my losing my mind phase and shit, and so I was going homeless. So I wanted Ruthless to be a homeless guy too when I was busking and stuff. And so he had a whole. He's got the Post Malone tattoo face.
He
You
didn't
can't
look
see
like
him.
that when I had him.
Here's what he looked like. This is what Rufus looked like when Cliff gave him to me. He looked like this.
I'm
And
actually
so
going to try to bring him back.
Yeah, man. Well, you can still get, but I like that version better. They like downgraded how they made his style. So now you gotta do it from the back. But now it's cooler because I got a little Velcro thing, so I have a little cigarette form and stuff sometimes. It's like this. That's right, everybody. Uncle Rufus is back. Vapor of love. People don't understand. When Uncle Rufus gets on the podcast, motherfuckers don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. All they want to do is talk about the Lord. I seen God. It's whatever. I live in a closet. All right. I live in a prison of my own creation. Thank you, guys. That's Uncle Rufus.
Uncle Rufus, everybody.
Yeah,
I love Uncle Rufus.
Man. Yeah, you did it so good that I was like, you know what? I don't even want to mess with it.
I went through a weird phase where I was bringing Uncle Rufus out to like bars I wasn't even doing a show at. I was just like getting into altercations with Rufus. Like I leave him in a chair when people try to move him. I'm like, what? A black man? What, you gonna move a black man? It was just because he's a black man or whatever. It's like that. Just yeah, I was losing my mind there for a second, ladies and gentlemen. But guess what? Uncle Rufus is back, but not that way, you know.
Yeah.
In the good way. I'm here with Cliff. We've healed together.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
love you, man.
Love you too.
What's Uncle Rufus' stance on Waymos?
On Waymos. Fucking dude, I don't know. I haven't been in the mindset of Uncle Rufus for a while. I gotta recalibrate what he's even about these days. You know, usually it's whatever I want to say, but you know,
He's been in the closet for so long.
he has been in the closet for so long. All right, let's see. So I wanted to also bring up the phone lines. I don't know if we had any calls yet, but if you guys have any questions for Cliff, you know, definitely call him in, and hopefully we can get to everybody that wants to call. And we're also reading the chat there. Anything there? Let's see. Let that light shine. Yeah, that's kind of the theme right now. So I think
And I'll give you an autograph.
what? Thank you, man. If I can get that real quick, so you guys can see this is authentic.
You want red ink or what?
I don't know. I think red ink's cool, right? Because it's red on white. You know. We also got I got a marker over there. If you want to do the marker one, what do you think's better? I mean, you do a marker and then a little message with the red ink. You know. You can be like Cliff with the autograph, and then a little like, "Hey, I could never have done it without you." You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get you back on that money I owe you. You know, once this book takes off and shit, and then that'll be legally binding. Something like, hey, if this ever goes big, you get like 1%, you get a point, just whatever.
Oh man, it made #1 best-selling author
No,
on Amazon.
no, really,
Really?
I helped. I bought it the second that I saw it.
I highly recommend people try to come out with a book. So what I didn't expect is I'm getting residuals. Like people just randomly buy the book.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get random deposits in my bank. So
Nice, man, dude. I love random
Excellent
money.
there, man.
So, yeah, he's writing on it. I love it, man. So I really am stoked. So Cliff, I wanted to ask this. I'm surprised I haven't asked it yet. Any plans for another book? Or are you still just gonna
yes,
kind of?
I do plan to come out with another book. The next book is I'm coming out with 2 books. It's a series 2, Let Your Light Shine.
Oh, okay.
The next one is going to be more very, very self help.
Okay.
And it's going to be short. And then I'm coming out with another one that's going to be extreme and overly righteous. Like,
Oh yeah.
this book is definitely not going to be for everyone. Like,
What's that one
What was it about?
this book is for people new in the faith. I'm not trying to attack anybody. I just, hey, these are some basic things that you can,
Okay.
keep.
Yeah.
The next
This is
one,
the kids' book. This is the ABCs right here.
hey, this
You need
is
this to understand the second one, and then you need both of those to really get into the nitty gritty of the third one. What do you think?
like Sandy says, random deposits is better than random withdrawals.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's the quote of
I'm
the
going
year.
for withdrawals right now. Cheers to me.
But
Cheers, baby.
nah, the next one is I'm gonna be going over just my focus will be like let your light shine coming out of darkness. So I'm gonna break down all the origins of
Out of the darkness, like let your light shine, and then the next one's out of the darkness, or coming
out of the darkness.
Coming out of the darkness. Nice.
Because a lot of these holidays that we celebrate are actually very, very like wicked. And
Which is what's so interesting about that you say that, because I think we can all agree that isn't there a weird tension that everybody gets around these holidays and stuff like that, like all these fights, family members are meeting together but they're arguing and stuff like that because they're not.
I used to get very depressed and my anxiety would be to the roof.
There you go, depression, anxiety, and maybe it's because we're fucking putting all this energy into these false gods and
We're
all
going
that,
to debt.
pissing off the Lord.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, am I wrong?
I want to say yes, but I gotta be honest
Because
with.
I'm saying it.
I gotta be honest with you. I think I get depressed because I miss grandma. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel that. I mean, I get the most depressed because I miss my brother, because that
you
was
start thinking
our
about the time.
Yeah.
well, Christmas, because that was our holiday. And also, it's like,
Yeah.
even so when you go visit your relatives, it's like you and your brother, you go out and you smoke weed and then you come back and all that. It's the fucking best. The truth behind St. Patrick's Day
Yeah,
is
the
trippy.
truth
What's
behind
that?
that is
Sandy,
very
call
trippy.
in. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
What's that? What's the
like
St. Patrick's
today
Day?
we drink green beer and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
Party.
it had nothing to do with that.
fingers and mash.
I thought it had to do with him like getting all the snakes out of Ireland or whatever.
Converting Ireland to Christianity.
Christianity.
Oh yeah. So with the snakes, a metaphor for the
And
Jews.
so we get fucked up on that holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
One thing is,
Ireland's wild, man. You really can't blame. I think all their holidays kind of involve that.
yeah, St. Valentine's Day is based on a saint too. A Roman saint that got beheaded.
For what?
I think
Being
because
Christian.
yeah, pretty much. But
Dude, that sucked so much back in the day. It was like
Yeah.
just as bad as being like a diddler or something.
I know, or a fornicator or whatever.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude, we don't give Christians back in the day enough credit for like
Yeah.
how hard it was to actually be a Christian compared to like what's going on. How easy it
get
is.
yeah, a
executed.
lot of early Christians weren't celebrating these different holidays. Like, who told you had to celebrate your mom on one day out of the year? You're supposed to celebrate your mom
Every day.
every day
Every
because
day.
you love her. You're
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to celebrate your father every day. You shouldn't have to wait one day out of the year to give your lady a gift. You should give your lady a gift because you love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I can't wait till that day comes, dog. I got the
Yeah.
biggest gift ready.
You know what I mean?
Biggest
Like,
package.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Bobby coming in with a sniper.
Yeah.
No, we're being programmed.
Yeah.
Oh, most certainly, dog. I mean, obviously, but I mean, we've been programmed for such a long time, and but here's the thing. The interesting thing about that is is the religion helping the powers that be to program us? You know what I mean? Like they're taking a little bit of good and mixing it with enough poison that you know. It's like, have you ever heard the story of the like if you're trying to get a wolf, you know, like catch a wolf, you get a blade, a sword, right, and you put some deer blood on it, and then the wolf goes there and licks the blood off the sword, and then it keeps on drinking its own blood because it thinks that
Or I saw this on TikTok. Just the Eskimos, they'll take like lamb's blood or something like that, and then let it freeze and put more ice on it, and then put more lamb's blood, and the wolf comes to lick it, and it doesn't realize that it's
its own blood.
Yeah,
and then it just bleeds out.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept, but it's that's you know what we're kind of doing. You know what I mean? Like you said, with processed foods, with all these kinds of with all these short fixes and stuff like that. It feels good in the moment, but we're really killing ourselves. Yeah,
there's no nutrients to it.
So
yeah, man. So Cliff, what's the last page of the book? What's the last? I always like to get to the last sentence of the book. What does that say?
Let's see. Thank you for reading. May the Most High Yahweh guide you always. If this book has blessed you, inspired you, or helped you grow in any way, please don't keep it to yourself. Share what you've learned, teach others, and most importantly, keep seeking. This book was written to lay a foundation, but truth runs deep. These pages are just the beginning. Real growth occurs when you open your Bible, pray for wisdom, and walk this out in spirit and in truth. Let your light shine always. Nahar Zion, a.k.a. Clifton Simmons.
Amen.
What's funny is I've never actually I haven't read that since I wrote it. You know what I'm saying?
Right? It's interesting, right? It's a good one though. It's a good one to leave off on. Let me see your author's picture.
That's
a good one.
That was my first
that
ever.
10 years ago. I love it, dude.
And that was actually
I remember you, man.
And I wasn't coloring my hair.
But I mean, look, you don't look no different. You know what I mean? You look the exact
same as
I started
usual.
letting my hair gray out.
It's good though. It shows some wisdom, right? Are those your wisdom grays?
This has been. I really enjoy your podcast, bro. Thank you, man. I really didn't know what to expect. I thought
nobody does. Don't think I'm gonna fucking mess with them.
I thought you was gonna. Yeah, I thought you were gonna fuck with me, unless if we haven't got to that point yet.
Nah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Nah, it's like I said, I don't know. I think we gotta have more fun just talking, and I'll always add the nonsense myself. But you know, I respect you. I would never invite somebody into my house to fuck with. Like, it's like, you know where I live now. You know what I mean? It's like
Funny, dog.
you know, you could be.
No, this was like my first.
Get rid of all the booby
this is my
traps you
first
set
real
up.
podcast to talk about the book, and it's cool to be on here to talk about the book and not comedy. I got a comedy show coming up. Whoop de whoop.
Yeah, man. No, I think it's really good. I've been trying to go through. I thought it was going to be a quick read, but once I realized that it wasn't, that it's kind of something you kind of, got to take your time with,
that book is just basic Hebraic traditions and customs that I think everybody should apply. And I did some deep research. It changed my life. It really did, like mentally, physically. I lost 60 pounds in the writing of the book because, once again, even though I've always been eating according to the Levitical law, I wanted to be able to, if I'm teaching these things, no processed food, no sugar, and I wasn't expecting to lose weight, and then my mental clarity got better. Another thing I talk about in the book is there's a lot of medications that we take that we can honestly replace with herbs. Like there's sicknesses and illnesses that we have, and I break down every herb
in the book.
Yes,
look, beautiful. There's a lot of stuff in there. You got games for the holidays. You got recipes, not necessarily recipes. Do you have recipes in there?
I got recipes.
Dang,
awesome, man. That's great.
I talk about these pharmacies. People forget that the word pharmacy comes from the goddess Pharmakia. And carry the RX symbol, and they still have that on there to this day.
It's almost a modern day grimoire in a certain way, but for the Sabbatic laws, as opposed to like for demonology or whatever. It's interesting. I like that.
And the whole time, and my main thing is what I want people to take away is I'm not forcing anybody to change. You know what I mean? I get it. You know, it's just this is something that has helped me, and I want it to help others. So
I love that, and I really appreciate you sharing this with the world, man. Because a lot of times people get the lessons and they're not necessarily in a rush to pass them on or pay it forward. You know what I mean? I know that you've always been that way, but it's really cool that we're finding a way to, I guess, make it a little easier access for the people out there. You know what I mean? Something that they can take home with them. Maybe they're in the hospital, somebody can give this to them, they can look at it, or just stuff. Maybe not necessarily the hospital. Maybe you're visiting someone in the hospital, and you need something to look at. That's gonna make you feel better. Because that's what I love about this book. It's going to make you feel better if you're eating right. You know what I mean? And you're taking more, accountability of your life one way or another. You're gonna feel better and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, some of the diseases that we get are avoidable, or some stuff we can cure. So
What's the biggest? What was the biggest mind blowing? Like, oh my gosh, you can cure this with this. What would you say? Or maybe a couple.
my biggest mind blowing thing is I had a fatty liver before writing the book,
Okay,
and
sounds delicious, honestly. But go on.
cutting out.
Dude, imagine getting a little foie gras of Bob Dell's liver, dude, and just scrape that off. And oh, I'm sorry.
No.
just cutting out high fructose corn syrup and alcohol. And,
What was your go-to soda and your go-to drink?
man,
liquor?
I enjoyed. I can't say all. I
You don't wanna
enjoyed
tempt yourself, yeah.
No, I enjoyed all the energy drinks. I don't do energy drinks at all anymore.
Okay.
They're so good.
I used to go hard on whiskey.
Oh, nice.
I still drink
whiskey.
alcohol.
Yeah.
But if you have a fatty
Yeah.
liver, you need to stop drinking alcohol. Period. Just
Yeah.
wait. It takes about 6 weeks for your liver to repair itself. And so if I do drink liquor now, I'm not mixing it with anything. I just do like maybe some Tito's and club soda.
Yeah, that's good.
That's 70 calories.
Whiskey and soda.
I love whiskey.
But too much sugar.
But yeah, whiskey is just bad for us. And so if I do whiskey, it's a special occasion. Let's say if we're at a whiskey distillery,
Good fun.
you can buy the book at Amazon. You can buy the book off of me.
Yeah, let me pull the Amazon up real quick.
So
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Like if I come to your house, Bob, and you have this an expensive whiskey, I'm gonna drink it. But
don't.
I dropped a lot of like my just benefits. There's taking zinc, taking maca root,
Okay.
horny goat wheat that helped build my testosterone back up.
Is that a real thing? What is?
Horny goat wheat, yeah.
Yeah, like it's good for blood flow. Like drinking cayenne pepper, mixing with my water and apple cider vinegar and turmeric.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Nobody. Oh yeah, I heard about the non-alcoholic whiskey. I haven't had it yet.
I don't think
And
I
I
can
keep-
try it.
I'm not trying to get rich off the book. The book is very affordable. I think after shipping, $20-something bucks.
Yeah.
That's good.
So look at that. So you guys can go to Amazon, look up "Let Your Light Shine," breaking free from religion and walking in the biblical truth. And don't get misconstrued. It's not about, breaking away from God. It's about breaking away from maybe some of the negative aspects of religion. We can all agree, you go to church group, you get too caught up in the drama about who's doing what, who's doing that. It can be really distracting from, what we're actually supposed to be there to do, worshiping the Most High and trying to better yourself through fellowship. In this book, you can kind of work on that in your own time and find what works for you. Like Cliff said, not everything is gonna, jump out to you right away, but I think we can all agree that eating better, being more focused on, our actions, our thoughts and all that.
Amen. Finances.
You got finance stuff in
I
there?
talk about
Finances, really?
Keeping a budget.
Let me get that back real quick again, because how do you have it formatted?
It has seriously like helped my finances as well. Like not making I make a little bit of money off the book, but it wasn't the book that I'm making money off of. It's just having a budget of my life. Like for example, I like comedy. I like Comic Cons. What else do I like? trying to think of an example. If anything that I like, I got to figure out how can I make money off of it so I can continue to do it. So Comic Cons are expensive.
Yeah.
You got to pay to get in. You got to pay to meet the guy that you like, the celebrity that you like. So what I did was I was like, okay, I'm gonna start volunteering for the Comic Con. So that that eliminates me having to pay to get into Comic Con. I now get into Comic Con free. I went from volunteering for Comic Con to getting paid to work the con.
Yeah.
Like I get paid to work with the celebrities. I get paid to MC, and so now I can afford to go to Comic Con.
That's awesome, man.
I'm not saying that people got to do that, but I'm just saying like I keep a budget for everything. Like I go to Vegas every 3 months. You know what I mean? Am I big baller because I go to Vegas every 3 months? No, I have a budget for all that.
Nice. And I just learned about a budget recently. My mom and stepdad came down, and he's Jewish, so he really had a freaking stranglehold on that shit. And it's really wild when you actually like, because when you think about when you actually look at your money laid out, you know, and you look at what your expenses are and stuff like that, honestly, you're actually surprised at how much money you do have, you know, if you're looking at it like that. So it's shocking.
And sometimes you got to be a blessing to somebody in order to receive a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And so doing something nice for people, making a budget for, I might necessarily not give money all the time, but you know what I'm saying? I might bless somebody with something that's in need.
Yeah, I'm always giving up on them GoFundMe's, man. I can't not if I know the person. I got to throw at least $5 on there.
Well, and really, I would say if you feel led to, donate to those things.
It depends if I know the person. If like they're in the hospital, I'm like, all right, yeah, let's get you $5. I'm not up on there with people who are like, oh, I need to get somewhere or whatever. I'm like, get a job. But if they're like, oh, this person's in the hospital, I'm like, all right, let's help them out.
Yeah, I have a budget. Even when I do stuff like that monthly, I can if something like that comes up where someone needs something like that. That way, it doesn't affect my bills.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't want to be living paycheck. I don't live paycheck to paycheck.
That's smart, man.
You know what I mean? Like I don't expect other people to do this, but I'm a month ahead on my mortgage because I don't want to have to struggle.
Yeah,
if something happens, you know what I mean. I stopped doing credit cards. I'm not saying y'all need to stop that either, but my goal is to keep my overhead low. I'm not just some big baller right now. No, I cut off all overhead.
Yeah, it's smart. That's what I'm doing with the podcast. You know what I mean? Like it costs me nothing.
Why go pay to rent a studio when you are the studio?
Yeah.
The money that you're paying that you could have had went to the studio, you basically made a studio.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to, you can charge people like, hey.
I was literally explaining that to Joe Bean because I went over to their studio and it's like like the size of my bathroom and not even this place, but Bob's been to my other place, because they're talking shit. They're like, oh, we need to get an efficiency apartment immediately. I'm like, how much do you pay for your studio? $600. I'm like, okay, pay $750. You'll get 3 times the space. You'll have a bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you'll have
dishwasher.
Yeah, exactly. You could, I don't know. You can do a lot of things with that, and you're not wasting $600 to have a studio. You can just build your own studio there in the place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could take that. Yeah, you could take that $700 or $600 and invest it into better equipment and
or just like or your own space as opposed to renting a space from somebody else.
I mean, but you also don't want just anybody into your
Cliff
house.
agrees with me. You guys are stupid as hell.
But like,
dumb as hell, BFR. Me and Cliff and Bob say you dumb as hell.
Now, I mean, you don't want random people coming to your house. You don't know what kind of energy or spirits they.
That's what I'm saying. You don't live there. No, what I'm saying is like if you have this, like, if you already have your own place and you already spend it, it's not like they live in the studio. You know what I'm saying? You can buy an efficiency apartment. You know what I mean, for the same price, and that could just be your studio, and it's got like more space.
Going to a studio.
Yeah, as opposed to going to a studio, you could just you already have your own place. You know what I mean? Then now you own this place. You know what I mean? You turn that into your studio, more space. You got the bathroom right there. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I would say unless if a person is not only going to do their podcast out of it, but also rent it to other podcasters.
That's what they're doing. They have like three podcasts in the size of my bathroom. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? What the hell, Patrick Christopher? I'm looking down on you, looking down on looking down on everybody right now. Sorry. This isn't Cliff and me are looking down on you guys, all right? You understand?
Yeah.
He co-signs everything I
said.
said.
That's not my world.
That's right, man.
Do what works for you.
1 second. Let me play the disclaimer one more time for
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or
That's
reflect
right.
those of the guests. Furthermore,
I'm not in the podcast where I want to get in, but you know.
Cliff is going to my podcast, dog. Look at you. I'm sorry. I'm having a good time.
Man, I'm having a great time. Like this was
$200
went better than what I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh shoot, he's going to try to bait me or something, you know?
Nah, man, I couldn't. So, DZ, what you got coming up?
Find me everywhere around town.
Yeah, man.
I'll definitely be at the Blind Tiger and Woodlawn Theater.
Woodlawn Theater and Blind Tiger. Fuck yeah. Well, not that one. Hell yeah.
The Heckle Room.
That one.
Speaking of Woodlawn Theater, I'm at Woodlawn Theater January 17th. January 19th.
Let's do the big applause.
Yeah.
I'm at Joe Sabi's on January 31st.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
And I also got to pee.
All right.
And I will be at the Z Bathhouse, taking all comers on Millennial Wednesday Locker Night.
Yeah.
The slippery twinks are what gets me at the stinks. When I get horny, I just start farting like crazy, dilating my butt for the pleasure to come.
Send on them twinks, baby.
Once again, but next time I will have the advantage. All right.
That was Lord Satan, I guess. I don't know who that is.
He loves them twinks, does he?
Yeah, is that supposed to be my demon side or something, or is that supposed to be
That's the inner demon,
Lord speaking through me as his conduit? I don't know, but he got bested this time by the righteousness of the cliff. Satan had his fingers on the edge of the cliff, and Cliff just stepped on each one of those. He's like, no! What's that? It was like this.
And he just came back with a vengeance now.
Yeah. Dog, I do be getting farty though. I've been farting like crazy lately.
Hungry for the twinks.
My freaking just ruining underwears and stuff, ruining my pajama pants. Do you ever shit your pajama pants? And if you have,
nah.
You never.
I mean, I've
fucking liar.
I've made a little underwear stains, but that's about it.
You never had a bathroom emergency where you couldn't make it to the bathroom in time? I don't believe that. Bob,
no.
how old? How many years of life have you lived on this dang earth? You never crapped
40
your pants.
years.
40 years and you never crapped your pants. Whatever, dude. I ain't whatever.
Never?
All right, one time.
Okay, there you go. See, the righteousness of Cliff. You can't lie.
All right. One time. I mean, that
lie to him.
One measly time, but
here's my thing: when you crab your pants, do you throw the pants away or do you wash them? Do you wash them by themselves? Do you wash them?
3 times.
What do you do? What do you do, Cliff? Because I got a pair of pajama pants, and I've been wondering what to do with them.
You shat on your pants?
Yeah, because I was running to the fucking toilet.
Damn.
I'm at work. You know, I'm just like yada yada yada. I finally get off of work. I'm fucking going to the bathroom and it's, and it gets on my fucking pants. What happens? Okay, it happens, Bob.
I know it happens.
If a crippled guy fell out of his fucking wheelchair, would you start laughing at him? My butt's crippled.
I'll just hand wash it first and then throw it in the wash.
Just wash them by hand.
There you go. You should put that in book 2. Out of the darkness. Yeah, like fucking comes out of my butt. The darkness.
I should make them more comedic.
Yeah, I think you're the kind of guy that could definitely write like a good book for open micers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Good, that's
give pointers to comedians.
No, yeah, I do want to come out with a comedy book. I am also working on another book called Why Do Women Like Fuck Boys? You know what I mean?
Nice.
I learned that the nice guy finishes last, and so
yeah.
And it's not glorifying the fuck boy. It's just there's certain attributes that fuck boys have that women like.
You ever read The Game?
The Game?
Yeah, The Game.
I highly suggest reading that because I think they're
similar.
Well, yeah. One of the main metaphors is the cat and yarn metaphor. You know what I mean? And so when you have a cat, right, and you're having a piece of yarn in front of them, right, they're only entertained when you're pulling the yarn away. The second you give the yarn to the cat, it becomes bored with it. And that's the nice guy. The nice guy is the one that, you know, just does what, you know, oh, you want to catch me? Here, I'm caught. But they want to chase. That's the Batman Catwoman thing, you know.
Right.
Catwoman ever became if Catwoman ever became a good guy, you know what I mean? Batman's not going to be fucking with her. He's going to be out every night trying to catch bad guys. So the only way that Catwoman can get Batman's attention is by being a bad guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Mind blown.
It's all good, dog.
Old book.
Bars.
My name is Alonzo Cantu. This has been a Funky Dealer. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Nine a winner. Pay the front line. Take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4's the point. Mark 4. Ace deuce scraps wants 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 4. Ace deuce scrap wants 4. Scrap wants 4. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 4 and he made it the hard way. Pay the front line, take the hard. You have a shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? 6 to point.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
So funky. So funky.
Check me out, y'all.
8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? Place 6.
So funky. So funky.
Coming out again for a new point.
So funky.
Bets down, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants the hard 4?
So funky.
5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
4 4's the point. Mark 4.
So funky.
Ace deuce scrap wants 4. Ace deuce deuce.
So funky.
Scrap wants 1. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. Hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Got a hot hand. Hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come?
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. 4 4's the point, mark 4. Ace deuce, ace deuce. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Play 6.
That's all, folks.